All right, so let's begin the show today with a new look at your financial goal planning. So, there is a certain guideline that people follow as far as beginning your financial planning is concerned, or as far as your personal finance is concerned. Also, the strategies and the way to navigate is way more customized than you think. But then, when we talk about traditional goals, there has been an unconventional take on it also now. And what is that take which is being used by millennials, or what's in trend as far as the goal planning is concerned? What is the new avatar of your goal planning? Let's understand all of this today. I have with me Tarun Virani, founder CEO TBNG Capital Advisors. Tarun, hi. Good evening and welcome to the Money Show, where we'll be talking about the redefined financial goals, or as far as living your life is concerned, with new set of goals. Traditionally, we know that people, whoever opt for financial planning, or whenever we talk about financial goals, buying a house, getting a car for yourself, kids' education, their marriage and retirement are traditional goals and important long-term goals that one usually thinks of, and whenever it comes to designing their portfolio, is usually seen to be aligning their investment with these type of goals. But when we talk about millennials, a lot of change in their lifestyle, in their mindset, the way they look at life has been observed. We have also witnessed all of this a lot during COVID. Especially talking about millennials, a lot of them don't believe in buying a house or owning a property or investing that ways in real estate, although they might want to invest in real estate, but to different medium or different forms or investment instruments. Retirement as a concept, again, is very customized. They don't want to retire, but yes, giving up a job could be on their radar or on their list. So I just want to understand, because you're a financial planner also, and you keep meeting clients of all age group and all income classes, what kind of new and conventional personal or financial goals you think these millennials are coming up with?
So, good evening, and thank you for having me here. I feel it's a very interesting topic, and day by day, as we meet our clients, their kids, and when we talk to them, we are getting a very different thoughts coming in. And let me tell you, unlike the past, where clients used to ask us to work on traditional retirement plan, their children education plan, we have seen that client would always keep, say, 50-60% assets in physical assets, which we have observed this millennial or the new age generation look at things very differently. They look at things more around their personal values and experiences. They look at things which are they while previous generation used to prioritize a lot on long-term material assets like ownership, stable employment, as well as structural retirement plan. Millennials are leaning towards fluid and value-driven objectives. That is one of the larger observation. And once based on that value system, we are observing that, let's say, spending on skill development, spending on getting further education, all these are something which is among their top priority. They look at things more on financial way. They don't want to buy houses, they want to rent it out, they want to live in they want to work in offices with, let's say, entrepreneurship, startup, also co-working places. So the ownership of physical assets is one of the very big area we have seen. This generation is looking things differently.
Is it also, Tarun, is it also the,
Financial assets as one
but
of
Tarun, the same kind of mindset is not
the
being
best way
seen.
to generate long.
Tarun, the same kind of mindset is not being seen when it comes to taking loans. We have a lot of data that shares shares and that shows that short-term loans or small ticket size loans have been taken more by millennials. It's okay that they believe in hashtag YOLO. You only live once, and they want to live a life which is full of experiences. But there is also a scenario where, when it comes to taking personal loans, when it comes to taking loans of shorter duration, of smaller amounts, these millennials top the list.
As I mentioned, in their priority list, experience matters more, right? I think that is one of the most important thing. And for the starters or who have not created, let's say, a lot of wealth around it, I think they would look at, they don't want to compromise their experiences, even if they don't have money. So I think you are right, personal loan and all these things, consumer loans and all these things, which are very easy, is also something which observed is coming, and there is a lot of downside to it, which we keep reminding them that getting into all these things is like a trap, right, which will not get them out of it. Yeah.
Somewhere down the line, everything bottles down to the kind of income you have, Tarun, because unless and until you have the right kind of income, you can't be living a life full of experiences.
Agreed. So I'll tell you, the way I look at things is one need to have a wealth allocation framework, right? And this framework should first start with identifying your important goals in the life, right? Right from safety, stability, aspiration. These are three ways to look at your goals. Safety is you want to make sure that tomorrow, due to, let's say, any job loss or in case of any medical issue or any kind of, let's say, any trend changing in the world, impacting, let's say, a pandemic kind of situation, it can impact your life. So safety, one of the most important pillar, one need to build the foundation. That is the first thing which I recommend to every investor or every client who works with us. And in that, life insurance or health insurance, these are one of the very critical part of your safety bucket. Once the safety part is taken care of, you look at stability, and stability you look at financial freedom. And I think this is again where this generation is looking at things like fire, right? I have seen financial independence and retire early. This is also in top of the mind. We have clients who at age 35, 36, they have taken sabbatical because they have created a lot of wealth through ESOPs or a lot of investments what they have done in the past. They have lived a life where 50 to 60% of their income is invested, and investing into, let's say, 12 to 15% compounding assets, you are ensuring in 4 to 6 years your money is doubling, right? So that is also letting them aspire to retire early. Let's say at 40, 45, they want to retire and they want to live a life what they want to do in life. Let's say they want to do a startup, or they want to live a geographical freedom. They don't want to live in one city, they can travel across. So I think these are also very interesting things which are emerging due to this fire kind of concept which is emerging. I don't agree that fire is a great concept, but I think what is interesting about it, it is letting them save more. Yeah, that is a new thing.
Retirement is very interesting because, so far retirement as a concept was attached to a particular job because, we used to see traditionally people being in one a particular job for like 2 decades, 2.5 decades. But now the scenario is changing. When we talk about Gen Z, we talk about millennials, they believe in having multiple sources of income, even though they are in one in one type of a job. The idea is to create a huger basket of income, have multiple avenues where they can make money, which is why we see concept of moonlighting coming in or people doing different kind of gigs. Retirement, when people used to retire from a job, is no more their reality. How valid is this, and how customized has become this concept of retirement, where you just quit a particular job but your money making practices are still on?
So there are very interesting connotation to this, right? You can look at things like building a passive income. Building a passive income could be through a rental source also, or through, let's say, a SWP from a financial instrument. That is also a way to create a passive income. And this trend, if you start observing this, if you have invested for 10 years, a large money, after 10th or 11th year, you can actually ensure that, let's say, equity, which is a high growth assets, can take care of a passive income also. At the same time, it gives you a cushion in case of any emergencies in future. So that way also, you can see that retirement is seen very differently currently. Earlier, retirement means you need to put all your money in fixed deposit, you need to put all your money into, let's say, conservative assets. But now the definition of retirement can be relooked. Let's say if you are compounding your assets at a growth rate and you have kept, let's say, two year of expenses into, let's say, conservative assets, and you have a good risk appetite and understanding of equity, I have seen this can really take care of your retirement well, and you can do a long term compounding of your asset. Yeah.
I think that will be all. This is a topic where we can just go on discussing, but thank you so much for being a part of the discussion and getting the points on the show today, Tarun. On that note, let's take a quick break, but then post that I'll be joined by Pankaj Matpal, who will be answering your financial portfolio queries. But then also, if you are someone who wants help as far as your investment strategies are concerned, you can send us your questions on 8657974571. That's our WhatsApp number. The moneyshow@etnow.tv is our email ID, where we keep waiting for your questions. See you after this break. Welcome back. You're watching The Money Show with me, Kavita Thapliyal, and there are plethora of funds available in the market to invest your hard-earned money in. But how do you assess which is the right fund for your portfolio? What are the criteria that one should look at to help you navigate through this maze? Today I have with me Pankaj Matpal, MD of Optima Money Managers. Also, do not forget to send us your portfolio queries. You can WhatsApp us your questions on 8657974571. You can also email us your queries on themoneyshow@etnow.tv. Hi, good evening, Pankaj, and welcome to The Money Show. Let's take first question, which is from Manmeet, and Manmeet is from Kochi, and he's writing to us. He says that he needs to invest 10,000 rupees monthly in 1 or 2 funds that can potentially yield a corpus of 20 to 25 lakhs in 10 years time frame. And currently he's investing 10,000 in Sukanya Samriddhi, HDFC Children's Gift Fund, and he also wants to know if he should be increasing his investment amount in these schemes to achieve a total corpus of almost around 60 lakhs.
Kavita, good evening. Regarding this Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, I'll say that he should not increase the amount, but he should continue with this scheme. So he's been investing 10,000 rupees per month. He can continue with this. And HDFC Children's Gift Plan, that is a good fund. He can continue with that as well. He can consider increasing his SIP amount. But for this fresh 10,000 rupees, for 10 years investment horizon, suggests that he should select 2 funds. One can be a multi-cap fund, because in multi-cap, he will get exposure to large cap, mid-cap, small cap, all types of market caps. And along with that, one scheme can be a large and mid-cap fund. So 2 schemes, and ICICI Prudential multi-cap fund can be a good choice in multi-cap category. And also Motilal Oswal large and mid-cap fund will be another scheme suggested by me.
Let's move on. I have Mr. Nand Kishore from Nagpur on the phone line with me. Hello, good evening. How are you doing?
मैम एक्चुअली मुझे SIP स्टार्ट करनी है
जी
फॉर 50,000 पर मंथ
50,000. ओके ओके
50,000 एज है 30
ओके
30 इयर्स
कितने
हॉरिजन
साल
है
तक
15 to 20 इयर्स
15 to 20
Max.
years. ओके
50,000 SIP करनी है मुझे, और कुछ मुझे फंड है मेरे पास 4 लाख रुपीस, वो लमसम डालना है.
4 lakhs आपके पास है पड़े हुए, वो भी आपको निवेश करने. तो 50,000 की
निवेश
SIP करेंगे हर महीना,
हर महीना, बिल्कुल.
और 4 लाख रुपए लमसम.
लमसम.
कोई गोल आपने इसके साथ टाई अप किया हुआ है?
क्या बोली?
कोई लक्ष्य आपने बांधा हुआ है इस
ना
इन्वेस्टमेंट?
ना 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 मेरा अर्निंग हो रहा है तो मुझे स्टार्ट करना है, बस गोल कोई ये नहीं है.
ओके.
और 50,000 तो सफिशिएंट है ना.
पहली बार नंद किशोर जी इक्विटी मार्केट्स में पैसे लगा रहे हैं म्यूचुअल फंड्स के जरिए?
हाँ.
ओके. इसके अलावा आपने
कुछ मेरे पास बाहर स्टॉक्स है, मेरे पास बाहर के.
ओके. पर भारतीय इक्विटी बाजार में म्यूचुअल फंड्स के जरिए पहली बार निवेश है ना?
पहली बार निवेश कर नहीं, मेरे पास 2-3 SIP हैं, छोटी छोटी, बहुत दिनों से चल रही है, 3 साल से चल रही है.
क्या नाम है?
DSP.
नाम बता पाएंगे?
ABSL का है और DSP का है.
क्या फंड्स के नाम है?
ABSL मिड कैप है. और ABSL के हैं.
ABSL मिड कैप आपने कहा ना, कि DSP मिड कैप का?
नहीं DSP मिड कैप का.
और ABSL का कौन सा है?
ABSL का थोड़ा सा देखना पड़ेगा.
चलिए कोई बात नहीं, आप देख लीजिए. तब तक हम पंकज मटपाल जी के पास जाते हैं, जो आपकी फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग आज करेंगे. पंकज जी, 50,000, 50,000 SIP and 15 to 20 years time frame and 4 lakh lump sum. You can answer in Hindi for him.
नंद किशोर जी, पहली बात तो ये है कि जो 4 लाख रुपए लमसम आप इन्वेस्ट करना चाह रहे हैं, मुझे उम्मीद है कि वो भी लंबे समय के लिए करेंगे, बिकॉज जो आप SIP कर रहे हैं उसके लिए आपने कहा है कि 15 टू 20 इयर्स का टाइम है, उस हिसाब से मैं आपको रिकमेंड करूंगा। एंड सेकेंड थिंग, जब आप म्यूचुअल फंड्स में इन्वेस्ट करते हैं तो ध्यान रखिए कि इक्विटी फंड सभी एक जैसे नहीं होते हैं। वो किस तरह की स्टॉक्स में इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं, किस तरह के सेक्टर्स में कर रहे हैं, उस पर डिपेंड करता है। तो जैसा आपने भी कहा कि आपको स्कीम का नाम कुछ ठीक से नहीं है कि BSL की कौन सी स्कीम है, ये जानना भी जरूरी हो जाता है कि आप लार्ज कैप फंड में कर रहे हैं, मिड कैप में, स्मॉल कैप में। लेकिन 15-20 इयर्स की यदि बात की जाए तो यहाँ पर आपके पास सभी तरह के सेक्टर्स और सभी तरह के मार्केट कैप रहेंगे, तो आप बेहतर रिटर्न्स की उम्मीद कर सकते हैं। एक बात और इम्पोर्टेंट है कि मार्केट का नेचर है इक्विटी मार्केट का कि उतार चढ़ाव की संभावना बनी रहती है, लेकिन 15-20 साल की बात करेंगे तो रिस्क काफी कम हो जाता है। तो मैं आपको कुछ स्कीम सजेस्ट कर रहा हूँ 50,000 रुपीज के लिए 5 स्कीम्स। एक लार्ज कैप स्कीम है एंड दैट इज एन इंडेक्स फंड, आदित्य बिरला सन लाइफ निफ्टी 50 इक्वल वेट इंडेक्स फंड। तो ये लार्ज कैप इंडेक्स फंड है, इसे आप शामिल कीजिए। मोतीलाल ओसवाल लार्ज एंड मिड कैप फंड, HDFC मिड कैप अपॉर्चुनिटीज फंड, एक्सिस स्मॉल कैप फंड, एंड साथ ही मैं आपको एक इंटरनेशनल फंड भी बता रहा हूँ, और वो होगा ICICI प्रूडेंशियल US ब्लू चिप फंड। तो ये 5 स्कीम है 50,000 के लिए, और जो आपके पास लमसम 4 लाख रुपए हैं उन्हें भी आप स्मॉल कैप छोड़कर इसमें से जो एक्सिस स्मॉल कैप फंड है उसमें लमसम ना करें, लेकिन बाकी जो स्कीम्स हैं आदित्य बिरला सन लाइफ, निफ्टी 50 इक्वल वेट इंडेक्स, HDFC मिड कैप अपॉर्चुनिटीज, ICICI प्रूडेंशियल US ब्लू चिप और मोतीलाल ओसवाल लार्ज एंड मिड कैप फंड, इन 4 फंड्स में उस 4 लाख को भी आप 1-1 लाख करके डिवाइड कर लें। तो ये अपने सजेशन रहेगा। ऑल द बेस्ट टू यू।
नंद किशोर जी, इज देयर एनीथिंग एल्स यू वांट टू आस्क? कुछ और आपको पूछना है?
मैडम एक्चुअली इन्होंने मुझे बता दिया है, बट इन्होंने इतना स्पीडली बताया कि मेरे पास फंड के लिख भी नहीं पाया। इसके लिए कुछ मेल पे करा सकते
नहीं,
हैं?
कोई बात नहीं। सो ये जो शो है हमारा, ये दरअसल फेसबुक और यूट्यूब पर भी जाता है, तो अगर आप फंड्स के नाम ही पूछना चाहते हैं तो मेरे ख्याल से आप शो वहाँ पर भी देख सकते हैं। उसके अलावा आपके इन्वेस्टमेंट अमाउंट को लेकर कोई सवाल?
इसके अलावा नहीं।
फंड का नाम पता चला आपको? ABSL का कौन सा था?
नहीं, वो तो नहीं चला, बट इन्होंने जो बताया मुझे, इसमें एक्सिस स्मॉल कैप बताया, इसमें US
जी, कई सारे फंड्स आपको बताए हैं, तो मेरे ख्याल से आप शो यूट्यूब पर देख सकते हैं और आपको फंड्स के नाम एक बार फिर से मिल जाएंगे।
यूट्यूब में कैसे देखूं मैं, कैसे कहाँ जाके देख लूं?
हमारा चैनल का यूट्यूब चैनल है और उस पर जाइएगा,
अच्छा।
द मनी शो ढूंढिएगा और आपको वहाँ पे सारे शोज मिल जाएंगे जिसमें आज का भी शो होगा। Thank you so much, Nand Kishore ji. Or with that, Pankaj, it's a wrap on the show today. Thank you so much for being a part of the show and helping our viewers with their financial portfolio queries. And time to sign off, but I'm going to leave our viewers with our WhatsApp number and email ID so that you can reach us with your questions and we can do your live financial planning on the show. Thank you so much. Goodbye.